What's up, Moon Lords? Welcome back to another financial astrology update on AMC that we've been doing since the beginning. I'm Jason Alexander, Blue Moon and Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. You're watching the Market, Moon Lord, where we merge the matrix with the stars. And you know what I'm going to say. RIP to all the paper hands. I know it hurts. It happens. I told you guys since last May of 2021 that 2022 is the year. I told you guys that January and March looks amazing. You guys can go back and watch my videos on 2022 predictions. And here we are in March. We're in the last week of March, and this week ends on a new moon. And I think there's a possibility we could get a squeeze on the actual new moon and at the end of the March. Okay. Now, we are on the launch pad, as you can see. Okay. And we have some interesting things. Okay. But before we get started, before we do the moon phase DD on AMC, you can't get anywhere else. Before we look at the stars for AMC's financial astrology update, go ahead and hit the like button for your boy. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. If you're new and have subscribed and like this DD, go ahead and subscribe. And hey, just show love to help build support around the AMC community, the YouTube algorithm, all that good stuff. All right, I'm so excited. We are at the beginning of the astrological new year, and I told you guys that's the new year for me. That's the new year for the sky. When the sun goes from Pisces to Aries, it's now officially spring, the true new year of the world. Okay, and isn't it ironic that if we look at spring, the new year of the world, right? Look what happened over here in 2021 in March. Okay, we finally broke out of that, this ascending reg over here, and then on the full moon is right around the time we came out of it. All right, right before spring, and we did the same thing right before spring, right here. Okay, we started coming out of it right at that full moon, a couple of days before spring. Okay, and we're back. We basically did that over here. Okay, and as you can see here, we did kind of reach a peak right on spring, but we did not do that here. Okay, we kept going up. But you can see after spring, we just had to wait a couple more months, and then bam. All right. So spring season can be squeeze season. Okay. Just off that factor. Okay. So I truly think we're definitely in overtime, but the game is almost over. One of us are about to kick a field goal, score that touchdown to end this game, okay, to end this war. Speaking of war, we are about to enter Aries season during right on that new moon, and Aries does represent war, okay, so we're having a new moon in the sign of the war sign. So that is the one thing I do. That's the one warning that could definitely mess things up here, okay. We could just on the fact of Aries season being war, or we could be finally about to end war. But I would think it'll probably be closer to the full moon, because that'll be a Libra full moon, and Libra full moon is all about harmony, balance, making deals, making agreements, all that good stuff. So I do think we're going to have an interesting 2 weeks after this new moon. I do think we could have some war stuff popping up. But I do think if that's the case, there is a good possibility for the war stuff to end, hopefully around the new full moon in Libra. Now, new moon in Aries, that's like a 6 months transit before you have the full moon in Aries, which would be the real completion of that. But we're going to have to, I'm going to track that as we go, guys. And speaking of tracking things, I am officially going off of I'm officially looking at other plays in the market. And I'm playing a lot of moon phase plays. If a company trades with the moon phases, you guys know there's ways to tell. And there's a catalyst around a new moon and full moon. I basically have been playing options on that, and I've been making money the last like 3 weeks doing that. And I've always played options on AMC full moons, new moons, but I'm starting to do it all over the market. And if you guys aren't aware, in that May when we called that out, I had multiple options go up thousands of %. And I did the same thing on this last full moon. I brought options around here 3 days before the full moon. Okay, I brought options on Gamestop and AMC. I told the Discord. I brought options on SNL or SNDL. because they have earnings right before the new moon, and the full moons, they move on full moons too. So I brought a bunch of options, okay? And you guys know what happened. I didn't have to sell any shares, and I still made thousands of dollars in the Discord. And I am going to start looking for more plays like that and putting it on the Discord. So I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but this is like the beta stage, and whoever wants to be a part of it now will be grandfathered in to not have to go through any hoops to have access to that. So you might want to join the Discord now. It's the Market Moonlord Discord. Go to the options tab. You can see what I did last week. I'm going to post more of my results there. I had a couple GameStop options go over 1,200%. Okay, and my AMC options went over like 300%. SNL options went up. I even got the AMC Mine Company. You guys saw what they just did on After Hours the other day. So yes, these new moons, full moon plays are going to be popping going forward. But we're going to get there when we get there. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the moon phases for AMC. And then after that, we're going to check out the stars for AMC, and we're get you guys on your way. Okay. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Drop that like button. And here we are. So we had the full moon on the 18th of March, 3 days before the full moon. We started finally going up, and we bounced right on that line. Okay. Right on that line, that we have for the moon phase resistance over here. Okay. And we bounced on it perfectly. And 3 days before the full moon, literally, guys, how long have I been saying 3 days before the full moon? 3 days before the full moon. If it starts going, we might get a pop, okay? And on the full moon, we did get a little pop, okay? It was 4% day, and then we've been going ever since. Look at what happened over here, okay? We had a pop a couple of days before the full moon, pop on the full moon, and we just kept running. And it does look like we're doing the same exact thing. So I'm pretty hyped about that. Now, we are having an increase of volume. And keep in mind, we do have a new moon this week on Friday. I think it's April 1st. Okay, yes, that is on Friday, April 1st. So we have a Friday new moon. That's crazy. A new moon in Aries represents energy, okay, fast energy at that. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so we're coming into this week very strong. I think it's going to be very volatile, just off the moon, just off of us being in the new year. By the way, did you guys feel the actual new year? Are you guys feeling like a new energy? Are you guys feeling like just like a new awareness about what you want going forward? Because that's typically what the Aries is about, like what we want, what's driving us, what gives us passion, how we identify with the world. And these are the type of things we should start feeling more clarity on coming into this being in this new astrological new year. So you guys let me know your astrological new year resolutions. Mine is to master options and keep making money without selling shares, because I'm making money on options. I'm buying more shares, making money on options, buying more shares, rinse and repeat, and just becoming a better trader. And I'm actually thankful we've been in this journey for so long, because without that, I wouldn't have stayed in the market and learned how much I've learned now. Blessing in disguise, okay? So you guys let me know what you think about the new year, what you guys are planning to do on New Year. If you guys think that we're finally in the overtime, we're about to win the game. It almost looks like we're bull flagging here. But yes, it looks very similar. We have an increase in energy, or excuse me, increase in energy, true. We do have that too. But we have an increase of volume. All right. The volume is increasing. That's very beautiful coming into this new moon. And the same thing, we want to look 3 days before the new moon. So probably on Wednesday, that's going to tell us the direction on Friday. Okay. And I've said that before, guys. If you guys are listening to what I'm saying, you guys will find opportunity to make money with AMC. Or just understand the direction of the market, okay? We've been pretty spot on. I would say we're 80% on the direction, knowing the direction based on the moon phases this whole time we've been tracking AMC. So we're officially on the launch pad. I told you I wouldn't be excited until we're over 17. We're over 17. We're there, guys, okay? So if we get a new moon pop, the next spot we're going to, guys, is around the $28 level. That's literally what I'm looking for. Okay. So if you want to play some YOLO options, buy I would say like some $25 calls. And then around the new moon, I would push them out to April 8th. If you want to just take a gamble for a new moon pop, April 8th calls for about $25 is kind of it's out the money, but it can get in the money and print really good. Me personally, I'm only playing options by the money or in the money, period. Okay. Especially when AMC is very volatile, the IV's up. It's very risky to play options at this point. If you played options over here, why we've been just trading sideways, beautiful. Okay, now is super, super risky, but we're just focusing on the moon phases here. Okay, all right. So if we look at the RSI, we're way over 50%. We're actually in the 60s. That's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is the daily increase of volume, and we're squeezing up on the MACD. It's looking awesome. It's looking awesome. We can definitely get a new moon pop to 28. Now, we know how they like to do it. They like to push us down as far as they can on Friday. And then the following week we get that upside. Okay. So it could be that, guys. So just get a zoom out when in doubt. Okay. As long as we're not going under like that I would say 1740 before that new moon, we are peachy. Okay. We are peachy for a squeezy or gamma. Or at least a big pop to the $28 level, which will be a 40% gain. All right. So if you guys don't have shares and don't want to play options or want to collect more shares, this is a really good time to do that. I've been collecting shares. Same thing with GameStop. Let's take a quick peek at GameStop. Okay, so we have GameStop, and GameStop sometimes moves with the moon phases. We can see it all over the place. Full moon, full moon. Full moon, full moon, full moon, full moon. So yeah, guys, GameStop does sometimes move with the moon phases, not as much as AMC. It does look like GameStop sometimes tends to go down during new moons a lot, especially after a full moon pop. So we do need to be out for that if you guys are in GameStop. Interesting. But look at that increase of volume right on that full moon. It's like the full moon. By the way, it was on Quad Wishing Day, guys. I was trying to tell you guys that in the Discord, that I knew there was an opportunity to play these options because the setup was beautiful. We've been going down. The IV's low. We had a catalyst with the new moon, full moon stuff. Think about it, guys. Think about it. We've been doing this for too long. There's opportunity here, guys. Look at that. All right. I made options go 1,200% just playing the full moon here. Okay. It only has to work a few times for you to be good. Okay. So think about that. Join the Discord, get grandfathered in, because if soon I'm going to make that part of me calling out new moon, full moon plays all over the market. I'm going to make that private somehow, and you're going to have to get access. So now is the time. Check us out, the Market Moonlord Discord. Again, if you guys want to see the plays that I made that actually went 1,000%, and a bunch of them went over 100%, you could just go in the Discord, go to the option columns and see all the proof there. That's not what this YouTube is for. That's kind of just the private people who want to do option plays. Okay, this right here is strictly for the Amc Gme community. It's just so they can understand the direction of the market, and I just want to do something extra for people who are trying to do some other moves in the market. All right, so what we're about to do now is check out the stars for AMC DD. You literally can't get anywhere else. Go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. I am hyped for next week, but I am consciously optimistic because we do have this new moon in Aries, and it does represent war, guys. But the phases are looking good, the direction is looking good, the indicators are looking good, and I am going to be playing this new moon. This week for sure. The top plays I have my eyes on right now is AMC Gme, Bed Bath & Beyond, SNDL. AMC's mining company, but it just popped on Friday, but I did get in there. But I might just collect more shares off the options, off the money I made off the options. But most importantly, AMC is obviously my baby. Okay. All right, guys. So let's jump into the star charts for AMC now. Welcome to the Market Moonlord, where we merge the matrix with the stars. I'm your host, Jason Alexander, the blue moon of Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. Okay, so we have Monday open Market open 9:30 a.m. for AMC, and Monday's going to come off with a bang. Period. Okay, you guys know one of the biggest moves I always look for on AMC is when Mercury's getting aspected. Last week when we started popping, Mercury was squaring Mercury, and that's a negative aspect, but it's still an aspect to Mercury, and it skyrocketed the stock. Okay, and I tell you guys, when Mercury gets hit, a lot of times we get big moves. Okay, and Mercury is getting hit hard coming into Monday. Okay, it's getting a square from Jupiter. Jupiter literally represents expansion. Mercury sextile the moon is something we've seen so many times get big pops, especially when the moon's in AMC's first house. We've seen that so many times. Venus is 0 degrees square that or sextile. Wow, Saturn is 0 degrees. Mercury is lit. Mercury is lit, guys. Okay, coming into Monday hard, very hard. All right, that's very awesome. Now, and that really represents news, guys. There's going to be some news heavy stuff going on. Jupiter has a lot to do with the legal system. There could be something going on in the legal system, something legally happening with AMC, and that is where the square is. So we could be fighting something of some sort, and it makes sense. We're about to enter the fight sign. We are in the fight sign of Aries, but overall, this is awesome aspects for the stock because Mercury's getting hit, and that's typically a really, really awesome sign. Okay. Now, another thing I want to look at coming into Monday is to remind you guys the Pluto conjunct Venus is still 0 degrees. I told you guys, I've been telling you guys for months, when that goes exact, we're going to see some interesting stuff. Pluto represents takeovers. Venus represents relationships. I told you this had to do with debt. I told you this had to do with power. I told you it had to do with resources because it's all Pluto stuff. And they brought an actual mining company, a gold company. Venus represents money. Venus represents jewelry. I've been telling you guys something was going to happen. I thought it had a lot to do with debt because Saturn's been heavily involved in the chart, and I named the earning call video the debt catalyst. But yes, guys, this right here is about taking care of debt, making more money. It's on, and it's still on, okay? And that came in perfectly. I've been waiting. You can look on my Twitter. You can look at other videos. This is something I told you guys was going to be fireworks when that finally came. And it finally is here, and it's still here, still super potent. Okay. So that's amazing. Another thing, Mars is getting a opposition from the sun, and the sun is also making a square to AMC's moon, and it's making a conjunction to Uranus, 0 degrees. This is straight volatility. Mars is energy. A lot of times when Mars gets hit over here, we get pops to either direction, but we get big moves. The sun on Uranus is definitely volatile, and I won't be surprised if there's something, a whole nother new thing that AMC is going to be bringing to the table this week, because Aries literally represents the beginning, sparks, ambition. Uranus represents going into the future, pioneering, inventing, breakthroughs. All right, and the sun is the company's reputation, the CEO. Okay, there seems to be some news heavy stuff coming into Monday that looks very, very awesome, and I'm just going to go straight to the new moon. Okay, so I have Friday pulled open, and we're looking at 2:30 a.m. Okay, because that's exactly when we have the new moon. And guys, you might want to wake up at 4 a.m. this on Friday, because something might be happening pre-market. I've said that to you guys about 3 times in the past year and a half or so, and one time it was absolutely true. Okay, and this could be one of those times because we get the new moon literally squaring AMC's moon, okay, and a square Pluto. All right, so this is Pluto is sudden changes, and it squares to the moon is like uncomfortable, emotional, uneasy. All right, so that's not looking awesome. Okay, that's not looking awesome for AMC's new moon, but it is on top of AMC's Uranus. Okay. And and Mercury is there too. The sun is there too. So literally, this is sudden news, sudden changes, sudden breakthroughs on this new moon. And it looks like, if anything, the company is forced to make a lot of changes with the debt, changes with the structure. There's some type of changing happening with the AMC structure, and it could overall be for the better. Okay, because I do like the new moon here in the sign of Aries, because the sun is exalted in this sign, is hitting AMC's Uranus. Okay, so this doesn't look bad, but it is a new moon squaring AMC's moon. Okay, so that isn't that positive. But I do like the fact that Mercury is heavily involved on this new moon, which tells me there's going to be a lot of news heavy catalysts the next couple weeks leading to that full moon. Okay. So this is nothing I'm worried about. And I like the fact that Mercury is here during this new moon. I like the fact that it's on top of AMC's Uranus. Breakthroughs, sudden changes. Don't sleep. There's going to be a bunch of volatility coming into this week. Okay. Especially market open. Friday pre-market could be serious. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Look out for that. Let's see what else we have here. So we have Jupiter still making the Mercury 0 degree square at any time. This is great because Jupiter represents expansion. Mercury, I tell you, good aspects, bad aspects, it does not matter. It is bullish. And we still have the Venus Saturn sextiling the Mercury, which is cool. We have the Venus sextiling the Sun, which is good. And then we also have Mars over here making, we have Mars making a sextile to Mercury coming into that new moon. Okay, so Mercury is getting even more love from the stars coming into that new moon. And remember, AMC has Jupiter. Actually, Jupiter officially left AMC's first house. Interesting. Interesting. All right, so that could actually alleviate some of that huge expansion energy. But then, Jupiter is still hitting Mercury, so that's the expansion. So I'm not worried about that. But we still have planets in the first house. We have Venus in the first house. We have Saturn in the first house. We have Mars in the first house. I told you a lot of that first house activity is why I was calling out the January and the March squeezes, okay? And there's still a lot of first house activity, and Pluto will eventually make that 0 degree aspect to AMC's ascendant. And when that happens, I do expect fireworks. That's going to be months from now, but I'm just curious. Let's look at that date. Okay, I went a month ahead of time, and as soon as I did that, Pluto went to retrograde. Hilarious. Interesting, because it's happening on AMC's Venus. So I do think AMC is going to be taking some more positions in other companies, and also merging with other companies. All that is still heavily in play, especially when this Pluto goes direct again. Okay, Pluto went retrograde and then went direct and then went back to AMC's Venus 0 degrees January 2023. Interesting. All right, so guys, you know what we're looking for this new moon, okay? Wednesday is probably going to tell a big story. There's going to be a lot of volatility going both directions. We are getting a new moon in the war sign. What do you guys think about this war thing? Do you guys think this is going to fizzle out? Is it going to end soon? If you guys do have any information on that, let me know. But whatever happens, guys, keep doing what we've been doing, diamond handing, okay? It's only a matter of time. I do think we already won. We simply have to have patience and control our emotions, period, okay? No matter what happens, choppiness, we know how fast AMC can move. We know how fast Gamestop can move. So don't make a move too early, okay? Just no matter what happens, let it play out, guys. We still have a long year to go, all right? We don't have to have, the squeeze immediately. We could have a Tesla situation where it just slowly goes up over time, okay? But we are, to me, at those price levels where you are safe to continue to add and get in at a good price, okay? You make money on the buy, not the sell, guys. All right. So if you guys appreciated this DD, want to show me some love, want to show the community some love, want to get this video out to more people, go ahead and hit that like button. I appreciate it. If you guys did like this DD and haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you guys are looking for new moon, full moon plays, we're officially starting to roll that out. Get in now before it's official, so you can be grandfathered in and not jump through any hoops to get access to that. Okay, so I appreciate you guys. I'm Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. Good luck next week. Let's get it. This is the Market Moon Lord, Warrior Emerging Makes for the Stars. Peace.
Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune.